Hey drummers, it's Rob Litton here from drumstheword.com and welcome to this free mini song lesson where I'm going to teach you all the main parts, the best parts to the song Another Brick in the Wall by Pink Floyd, drummed of course by Nick Mason. And we've got a very, very simple beginner drum lesson for you today. Really there's only three main drum parts to the song. So with those three main drum parts you're about to play the entire song, but just to make it a bit more interesting I'll talk about some variations of the drum beats you can go over, perhaps a couple of little drum fills you can throw in. But really this is a beginner lesson, great set of grooves to learn for any beginner, any new drummer and any intermediate drummer should be able to nail these. So a good test of your groove ability. But don't forget you can download this free PDF from my website, you can find a link beneath this video. So have this printed out in front of you as we go through this together. So the first groove occurs at the beginning of the song and at the beginning of the song we got no open hi-hat stuff. That open hi-hat stuff gets introduced later on. So Nick starts off very simply with this very basic drum beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and if nothing else, that one drum beat will get you through the entire song. So what I'm doing there is playing the bass drum on all four beats. 1, 2. That's really important that you get that. That keeps that maintains a solid pulse quarter note groove through the song because it's quite slow. So that bass drum adds the pulse. Without it, it sounds a bit empty. Add the bass drum in. All of a sudden, you've got that pulse going. That's called 4 on the floor where the bass drum is played on all four beats. Very, very effective in a lot of music styles, especially rock and pop, disco, dance. So you might not be used to playing the bass drum with the snare drum on beats 2 and 4, so give that a go. You might find that a little bit strange to line up the bass drum and the snare drum. If you really can't do that, if you're totally new to the drums, then you could just play 1, 2, 3, 4, just bass drum on 1 and 3, your basic starter drum beat. That will also work, but have a go at playing the bass drum on all four parts. So just for fun, let's hear that drum beat played around a few times without the microphone on so we can hear just the drums. Here we go. So at 9 seconds, Nick starts to introduce the open hi-hat, and he does this pretty much every bar. There are some exceptions where it's every 2 bars in the song, but for most of the song, he's opening the hi-hat at the end of the bar on the and of beat 4. Same drum that we just showed you, but with the open hi-hat at the end. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, open, close. And a 4 closes on beat 1 and 1. So opens on its own with the right hand hi-hat stick and then closes with the bass drum on beat 1 of the next bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And that's probably the most recognisable drum beat from the song. So now let's hear that played a couple of times. In fact, let me just think about this. What I'll talk about, when I was transcribing this, I was amazed that there's no drum fills in the song at all. And so a little suggestion perhaps, if you want to put some drum fills in, there's a section just before the, I've got to try and sing it now. Just another brick in the wall. There's a section where, before he goes into, all of this, just before that section, you could almost put a little drum fill in and a 1. So if you wanted to play some drum fills through this song, and there aren't any on the recording, but a very, very subtle little drum fill that works in any situation, even this song, it won't stand out, it won't be too much, it'd be just right. Just 2 simple snare drum notes, 16th notes at the end of the bar, right, left, and a 1 into a crash usually. I pretty much always follow a drum fill with a crash cymbal, most drummers do. We're making this up though, so you can leave out the crash cymbal to go straight back to the hi-hat, but I think the crash will work well. So you could put this little and a drum fill at the end on the and a beat 4, anywhere you like in the song, usually before a new section, and it will work. So you could be playing 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and a 1, and 3, and 4, and a 1. So a little drum fill there. Anything more than that, and it will stand out. It won't sound like the song because there's no drum fills, and anything too complicated will stand out as a little bit odd. But that little drum fill there, obviously not every 2 bars, but choose to play that drum fill just before a new section if you wanted to, and that just adds a little bit of interest to the song if you want to mix it up a little bit. Anyway, let's hear that drum beat played around a few times up to speed. And then finally at 2:18, there's a guitar solo, and Nick goes into a 2-bar drum beat pattern, which is really cool. What he does is he takes the snare drum out on beat 2 and keeps the snare drum in on beat 4, and we get what's called a half-time drum beat, and that's usually determined by just having 1 snare drum in the bar. It could be on beat 3 usually, but in this case it's on beat 4. So without the open hi-hats, take a look at the first bar. We've got this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. That snare drum backbeat on beat 4. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The second half bar of the 2-bar pattern is exactly the same. It's just where we're adding the crash cymbal and the open hi-hat. So at the beginning bar, we start with the crash cymbal, and we have the open hi-hat going from bar 1 into bar 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So Nick is still maintaining that open hi-hat on the and of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And it just loops. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So finally, let's just hear those 2 bars up to speed. So there you go. Hope you had fun with that. Really nice and simple. Very, very basic grooves. There's a little bit of there's a few options there when you want to if you wanted to change the beats, add some drum fills as we talked about. But really, it's just a groove song. It's can you play this song for 7 minutes? I think the long version is, while maintaining that groove without feeling the need to play in loads of drum fills. Nick Mason's famous for really holding back. He's not a soloist. He's although I'm sure he can. He's famous for playing the same drum fill multiple times, keeping it simple, having a repeating pattern going on, and not overplaying. He's never been known for overplaying. So it's a case of just playing the song all the way from start to finish while maintaining that groove and having fun with it. But any questions about any of that, feel free to email me, rob@drumstheword.com. Don't forget to download the free PDF that came with this lesson. You'll find a link beneath this video. And you might want to consider signing up to become an online member at my website, drumstheword.com. And what I currently offer for $97 is a full year's online access to every single full video song lesson I've ever recorded and transcribed. And that's over 450 famous and popular songs, where I teach the song from start to finish. Unlike this lesson, where I just taught you the main parts, my full song lessons, I teach you every single bar from start to finish. You get the fully transcribed drum chart for each of the song lessons. And like I said, I've got over 450 famous and popular songs. I'm sure I've got at least one other Pink Floyd song up on the website, but I'm sure there will also be more added in the future. As a thank you for signing up and getting access to all those full song lessons, I give you hundreds more videos teaching you many, many famous drum beats, fills and solos. I give you 3 ebooks I've written over the years containing hundreds more famous drum beats, fills and even drum solos. And then over the year of your subscription, you also gain instant online access to all the new material that I upload for my members. And I record new lessons every week unless I'm ill or on holiday. So you've got lots and lots of cool stuff to look forward to over the year of your subscription. But if you've got any questions about any of that, feel free to email me, rob@drumstheword.com. And until our next drum lesson together, toodle pip and happy drumming to you.